Greetings Exiles, and in this video I would like to tell you about the Ice Trap Assassin build. I wanted to make a character that can kill Uber bosses to complete a challenge, and also wanted to farm Maven, Shaper, and Maven's invitations. As you may have noticed, this build perfectly copes with these tasks because we have just an insane amount of DPS. At first I wanted to make a build with an explosive trap, but then I found interesting options with an ice trap and decided to stop at this particular skill. Tell you about it and explain how we get such a huge amount of damage. I'll start with power charges, and in this build we have 11 of them, 3 by default, additional 3 we get from the skill tree, 1 from ascendancy, another 3 from items, and the last one is corrupted implicit mod. Then we need items that increase our damage for each power charge plus badge of the Brotherhood, which will allow us to get 11 frenzy charges. Now we need to find a way to get 11 power and frenzy charges very fast. And that's where another unique item comes in, Ralakesh's Impatience, which gives us a maximum of power, frenzy, and endurance charges while we are stationary. But this is not a big problem for us since we use traps. We just place our traps, stand still, and watch how the boss will be destroyed in seconds. With all these unique items, our 11 power charges give us a huge amount of damage. On top of that, Heat Shiver actually doubles damage, because the action speed of bosses cannot be reduced to 0, but they are still counted as frozen. In addition to this items we use Slave Driver's Hand to solve our mana problem and gives us trap throwing speed for frenzy charges. Arn's Anguish gives us brutal charges instead of endurance charges and a 15% chance to deal triple damage. Militant Faith with Inner Conviction for more spell damage, and of course some clusters because it is the best way to increase our damage. As a result, each of our traps does almost 9 million damage, and we can have 24 of them at once. According to the PoB, our skill DPS is 40 million, and that's not counting Flask and some other factors, and it will be much higher in the game, up to 70 million DPS. Pretty crazy numbers for me. But in addition to the high DPS, which is the main advantage of this build, it has weaknesses. As I said at the beginning of this video, our main goal is to kill bosses quickly, and mapping is not the most comfortable and easy. If you want to do some maps, you will need to make some changes in this build, and you can find more info about these changes in my PoB. Also, we have very bad defense, but if you are a good player you can kill all bosses deathless, but if you are an average player like me you will need several portals to kill some uber bosses. So if you want to farm bosses AFK while watching videos on YouTube, then you need to look for another build because this will not work for you. And before I end my video, I want to say a few words about leveling. I start with Spark, and at level 12 I take the Lightning Trap. At level 32 you need Bitter Dream. With Ice Trap and Bitter Dream you will easily kill all the bosses in Axe. After completing the campaign you can only use the Ice Trap. I also recommend starting with Saboteur Ascendancy because it goes better for maps and fast level ups, and at level 90 change to Assassin and switch gears for killing bosses. That's it for me, and it's time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed my video and found it useful. Also, I will be very grateful to you for the likes, comments, and subscriptions. Bye everyone, and see you in new videos.